She's not what you'd expect. She's tough and feisty, but gentle and tender. She makes millions and gives millions to the poor. She cries, she laughs, she teaches, she comforts. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Hi, welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. Thanks so much for joining us today. In fact, our entire team is very, very grateful. And they're incredibly hardworking, but they're grateful that you decided to tune in today, whether you're watching this on cable television, on the UA network, listening on the radio, with the Truth Network, and or from our website, DaniJohnson.com. We all are very, very blessed that you decided to join us today. This show is about your life. It's about your success, and it's about the way you want to live it. We are firm believers in defying the status quo of success and redefining our own personal definition for success. For some people, success is big cars, fancy houses, lots of boats, and a tremendous amount of debt, and lying to everybody when you say everything's great. Some people, that's their definition of success. Other people, their definition of success is making millions of dollars and having miserable relationships at home. That is not mine. I lived both of those lives, and I can tell you that I said, phooey with it. I don't want to live like that. That life sucks. I want nothing to do with it. Almost $1 million worth of debt, Hans and I hating each other, somebody else raising my kids. Like, this just was lame. There was no part of that life that I liked, and I just wondered, is it possible to have it all? Is it possible to have it all without sacrificing my marriage, without sacrificing my children, without sacrificing the most important position and most important people in my life? Is it possible to be successful financially, to be financially independent and not be owned by a business? Is it possible to not be owned by debt and yet become financially independent? I'm here to tell you, yes, it's possible. Not only have I done it, but I've trained thousands of other people to do it too. And you can be the next one. So we asked a question today of our audience. Is dressing for success a thing from the 80s, or is it actually something that is important? Does it really matter how you dress, and how you dress, does it affect how you feel? Especially for those, there's millions of people that work from home. There's so many people that actually have businesses that they've started from home. They have the beautiful privilege of telecommuting, right? From their bed to their home office, or their phone on their kitchen table with their computer, whatever. However which way that somebody works from home. But is it important that even if you are working at home, is it important to still dress for success? Or is it okay to be all messed up with your messy bun or your ball cap, showing your hair that's all jacked up, and wearing a sweatshirt, as you're tapping into a company that is a real corporation, and you get to telecommute, meaning you get to work from home, but you're employed by another organization. You're employed by a company. Sorry. Anyway, so is it important for you that if you actually do work from home, is it important for you to show up like you're working? We'd love to get your opinion, but check this. 65% of bosses who are hiring say that clothes could be the deciding factor in an interview with two identical candidates. There's two people that have the same exact background. They've got the same strengths, same weaknesses, right? Same history. The deciding factor can be clothing for those people. So that's 65% of bosses. So maybe it's not a thing from the past. Maybe there is something to this concept of dress for success. What I do know is this, is that moms no longer dress for success in general. How can I say that? You're like, nah, Dani, I dress for success. Really? What's the success that you're dressing for? There was a time in our country, if you've watched the show before, you've heard me say this. I know I'm about to get on my soapbox, but the women in the 50s had their hair done every day as they're doing laundry, right? They wore dresses at home. They were well put together. There was even finishing schools on being a wife, right? To talk a certain way, fold napkins a certain way, how to throw a dinner party, how to have everything, cooked at a certain time, and how to have the kids on a schedule. It's literally early. There was finishing schools to even show proper posture to women, because this was a time where they recognized the importance of the wife, the importance of her as a mother. I kind of want to bring all that back, not necessarily the finishing school, but just the awareness. And yes, maybe some training on how to do it. So if you're a full-time mom even, and your home business is your children and helping to manage the finances, making sure that all the work that your husband is doing is not just leaking out the back door through some bad spending habits, but that you guys are actually creating wealth together. You're creating a legacy together. And that you're doing this professionally, meaning that your chosen profession is wife and mother, and that is the most highest calling on a woman. She's the president and co-founder of the house. He's the CEO of the house. And so together, you are building a brand called Your Family. So we've asked the question to our audience what their thoughts are, and whether or not they think that, dressing for success is not necessary today. Or is it? Has it made a difference on how women and men feel about themselves when they can be sloppy all the time, 24/7, they can be sloppy? Is this having an impact on how they feel about themselves? Did it have an impact on their self-esteem, their self-confidence, and their self-worth? We're going over to Jackie Stewart from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Hi. So what do you think?
Hi there.
What do you think about this?
I definitely think the way you feel about yourself is projected in your success. And I'm not saying that I dress up like the women of the 50s. I
Right.
don't have my hair up. But I do get the cutest leggings and the cutest tops, and I do my hair and my makeup. And when I do that, I have more confidence. And like you always say, what goes into your head comes out from your mouth, and that's where your feet go.
Yeah.
Well, I believe the way we feel about ourselves is really is the foundation in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think our confidence has everything to do with what we do and how things turn out. I mean, there are instances, there's obstacles, but our confidence, I believe, comes from how we feel about ourselves, and how we feel about ourselves, unfortunately, sometimes comes from how we feel we look. And
Yep.
I know that when I look better, I think I speak a little bit more confident.
Mm-hmm.
When I don't do my hair, I just feel slumpy. And when the way you feel is projected in what you do and how you do it and what you put into it.
Yep.
I believe.
Yep. And so you said something about confidence. I'm a firm believer that confidence is birthed out of diligence.
Yes, it's not birth from birth.
No, it's birthed out of diligence. And when we are diligent at something, whatever the task is, that's where we begin to see the signs of confidence. And I agree with you that how we feel shows up on the outside of our body. It flies out of our mouths. And so if we don't feel good, we have a tendency of not looking good. But we can change how we feel by applying the skill of diligence and taking care of ourselves. I'm not saying take an hour to get ready. I don't even take an hour to get ready to be camera ready for this show. It doesn't even take me an hour to do this. I don't take an hour.
Natural beauty.
No, well, it's not about natural beauty. I mean, no, there's more makeup on for the show, than my husband. He doesn't like the cakey stuff that's on your face, to hide the shine or whatever. But every day I'm doing my eyes, I'm doing my cheeks, and I'm doing my lips. And I'm doing it for who? I'm doing it for my husband. I'm doing it for my family to present beauty, meaning women carry the beauty of the world. That's the beauty, in my opinion. The beauty of the Lord is exemplified through the woman. And I'm not saying there aren't beautiful men, because there are some beautiful men. I happen to be married to one of them. But the point is that how we feel shows up on the outside of who we are. But we can change how we feel about ourselves based on how we dress. No question. So I agree with you.
And also,
Go ahead.
and what we put into our minds.
And our mouths.
Yes, and you are a huge part of my confidence. I have to tell you that. I lived my life with low self-esteem. And if we had an hour to talk someday, we could talk about that. But I want to thank you for that. I don't know if I should be doing that, but I want to thank you for what you do. Because so many of us women who have low self-esteem, and we have no confidence, sometimes we just need somebody like you to let us know we're allowed to. We are permitted to. And what we need to do, as a Christian, believing that God doesn't make junk.
That's right.
And believing that He made us, He put us here for a purpose, and we just have to find that purpose. And I think everything starts from how we feel about ourselves. We have to work on that before we can do anything else. Thank you.
No question. I appreciate you saying that. That's really, really sweet of you.
I appreciate you a lot.
Well, and the reality is that all of us women have a purpose of expelling beauty. That's what we are. He made us beautiful creatures. He made us after Adam for what? Because his grand finale. This is my husband's opinion. My husband says that God's grand finale was woman. He's like, he made man and went, all right, that's good. And he went, wait, let me try again. Wow, woman. That's my husband's opinion of women. But that we're the ones that expel beauty. That's our job, is to show the beauty of the Lord. Now, again, that doesn't mean we're working out 3 hours a day, but maybe 30 minutes a day might be good for taking care of ourselves. Okay. It doesn't mean we take an hour to get ready every day, but 30 minutes might be good. Okay. For some of us, I need at least an hour with my earplugs in to be quiet with God, with my Bible and praying, a minimum of an hour. Why? Because otherwise I'm a nutcase manifesto principality of darkness. If I don't have that, I am such a weak suck that I gotta have that time, that quiet time. So yes, I get up before everybody else and I have that quiet time in my closet and in the toilet room. Why? That's where I hide from everybody.
Your time with God.
Yes, that time with God. Yes, which I believe fully helps beauty come out of us, both men and women. I really, really do. That's where kindness comes from. That's where love comes from. That's where gentleness comes from. That's where patience and peace comes from. No question. So anyway, I thank you for your thoughts on that. Now, here's something I want to hear from you, because you said that you once had low self-esteem, and you're saying that now, you make sure you're looking cute. When you had lower self-esteem, did you not do those things?
Not very much.
Yep.
I didn't. I think when we have low self-esteem, and a lot of us were brought up to believe to put others first so much. When you put others first, you neglect yourself. When you neglect yourself, you lose more self-esteem. You lose yourself to other people, and it's kind of a vicious cycle.
Yeah. There's a balance.
About yourself, the less you do for yourself. The less you do for yourself, the worse you do for yourself. And I really believe that we must take care of ourselves, and it all starts by how we feel about ourselves. How we feel about ourselves has a lot to do with whether our hair is put up or whether, everything. There is a beginning to everything, and the beginning always starts with us. Now, I believe that I totally believe in personal development, and one of the things that I do and I teach people to do is to spend time every day on working on yourself, working on your self-esteem, and working on your attitude, whether it be listening to videos of you, Tony Robbins, some of my mentors, listen to something, put what you put in your mind.
Yep. Comes out of your mouth. Comes out of your mouth.
Exactly.
It takes your feet to certain places. Yep, no question.
Yeah, and that's where you're going. What are you listening to?
Yep. Thank you so much, Jackie.
Yes.
Thank you. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
If you work from home and love to work in your comfy pajamas, this next segment is for you. Stay here. It's the Dani Johnson Show. More resources, more training, more results. The DaniJohnson.com Insider Membership is your ultimate success shortcut. Get exclusive access to reports, videos, audios, ebooks, cheat sheets, and other training for your personal and professional life. This is truly DaniJohnson.com's best kept secret. Become an Insider member today and get on the fast track to success.
Imagine living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel made of waste material on top of old mining tunnels that could explode and sink your home at any moment. Imagine no water to drink, no safe place to raise your children, no food for your starving baby. Imagine that your kids can't learn to read because they have to work to support the family instead of going to school. Could you imagine living in that kind of fear and hopelessness? This is exactly what poverty-stricken families are dealing with in Nicaragua. These families can barely meet their basic needs of food, clean water, and safe housing. But a miracle is in the making, and you can be a part of transforming Nicaragua. Be a part of this miracle. I want you to go to the website now and learn how you can help. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Nicaragua. There you can join with other warriors against poverty and help bring a miraculous transformation. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org.
Did you know you can take the Dani Johnson Show with you wherever you go? It's never been easier to stay up to date with the latest content from Dani with the DaniJohnson.com app. Watch or listen in the car, at the gym, or on the go. Download it now from the App Store and Google Play and never miss a show again. Your family, business, and bank account will thank you.
Hi, I'm Dani Johnson. The most common question I get usually are from people who are trying to juggle their life. They've got kids who are involved in all kinds of activities. They've got business or their job, finances, trying to get out of debt, plus all their church activities and all the volunteer activities. And they're pulling their hair out going, how do I juggle this all? Man, I once lived just like that until I learned Time Secrets. Time Secrets showed me how to be able to cut my hours from 100 hours a week that I was working down to 20 hours a week and tripled my income as a direct result with what I learned. Time Secrets also showed me how to get my priorities in order, which healed up my marriage. And I became a mother that I was proud of versus becoming the mother I didn't want to be. And so if you feel like your world is running around in all kinds of different circles, you can fix that. Call 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880 for Time Secrets.
And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
Dani, listen, I'm not going on a job interview. I don't need to dress for success. It's just a bunch of stupid stuff. I work from home. Nobody sees me. There's no reason why I need to get dressed for success. You see you, friend. You see you. You know you see you. And you know what you think when you see you. You know how you feel when you see you. Now listen, as I've gotten older, I've got this magnifying mirror that I've always put my makeup on with, and I just have to tell you, I don't like what that mirror says to me every day. But when it's all said and done, and I step away from the magnifying mirror, yes, okay, I'm ready to hit the day. Now, I'm not caught up in makeup, and I'm not that person that's like, oh, if I'm not wearing my makeup, I can't see anybody. No way, man. I've gone to the grocery store with no makeup on. I've gone to the grocery store with a hat on before many times. I've traveled like that before. But the bottom line that is not my daily habit. That's a once in a while thing. Why should we dress for success, whether we're a mother or a wife, or we have a business that we work from home? Do you think that that's a good idea to dress for success? And what does dressing for success mean to you? We're going over to Marcia Towner from upstate New York. Marcia, what's your opinion on that? What does it mean to dress for success?
Well, I do believe that it means getting out of your PJs. And after hearing you and Jackie talk, I'm feeling very convicted.
Tell me more. What are you feeling convicted about?
Well, I work from home, and I'm a sole proprietor of what I do, and it's service-oriented. And I live in the country. No one shows up at my door unannounced. I always know if someone's coming, even the UPS man, because I can check tracking. So
sure.
I'm not surprised by anybody. And, where I live this time of year, it's really cold. And so if I get up in the morning and I've got a lot of my business work to do.
And it's cold, so... Come on, girl.
Warm, fuzzy pajamas.
Oh.
With my coffee, and nobody sees me, and nobody cares. And then if I get done with that, I can do my vacuuming and get all sweaty, and then I can take my shower and be ready for dinner.
Are you married?
I am. For 38 years.
Oh.
So he's used to what I look like.
Oh, my gosh. So that's an excuse to be the pajama girl who puts no effort into herself? He married a beautiful woman.
I know. I told you I was feeling convicted.
You should be. You should be. I want you to go into your closet and take out a belt and start beating your own butt, because I know you're not wearing one right now because you're probably in your pajamas. Okay, now listen.
I got halfway dressed for you for this phone call.
Why? Why did you get halfway dressed? Now just think about that. Now listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that can be psychologically proven, okay? And here's what I want you to do, Marcia. I want you to do a month-long test, okay?
Okay.
For 1 month, I want you to get up and get dressed as though you are going into your corporate office. You're a sole proprietor. You're a business owner. Okay? So I want you to get dressed as though you're going to be face-to-face with your customers. Okay? I want you to wear your makeup. I want you to do your hair. I want you to take 30 minutes. That's all it takes. It's 30 minutes. Take 30 minutes, and I want you to cherish yourself. Okay? I want you to care for yourself. Come on. The Bible's clear. It says this. Love your neighbor as yourself. And it says that a man would not deny caring for his wife or his children. So just as that, he should be caring for himself. Right? So what you're telling me is you're not caring for yourself, and you're also not caring about yourself. So how in the world, if you can't care for yourself, how can you care for your husband who married a beautiful woman? And so therefore that's a part of you not caring for him. You're not presenting the bride to him. You're not preserving his other half, the beauty part of the marriage. The beauty part.
I accept that.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
He didn't marry someone else. He didn't marry a girl in sweats.
Or fuzzy pants.
Or fuzzy pants. So that's almost like a bait and switch, honey. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
Be sure to tell a friend about the Dani Johnson Show. It just might be the key to the breakthrough they need.
The whole story of how I went from homeless to millions is right here in this book, First Steps to Wealth. I'd love to give you a free copy of this book. Just dial 888-757-8880. You can get your free copy of this book. It's like a real book, my friend. You can get an ebook copy for free right now, or if you'd like to pay the shipping to get this $15 book to your house, I'd be happy to send it to you. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of First Steps to Wealth today and begin on a brand new path of some great success.
Did you know you can see Dani Johnson live and in person? Go to DaniJohnson.com and find out about our next live event. First Steps to Success. Register today. Call 866-760-8255 or go to DaniJohnson.com/FSTS.
Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, I was working 60 to 75 hours a week. I was completely stressed out. I was incredibly angry with my husband. We were in over $350,000 worth of debt. By applying the strategies that Dani teaches, in the last 3.5 years, we have paid off $170,000 in debt. We are no longer roommates, and we no longer spend every single cent that we make. We now have made tens of thousands of dollars in passive income in investments. We are on the right track. We're traveling around the world together, and we are building homes for those who really need it. So I don't know about you, but if you want to cut back from 60 to 20 and 30 hours a week, if you want to mend some relationships, if you want to make your life more efficient and a lot more fun, and you want to be the best version of you, I highly recommend that you get registered because your life is about to change.
Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, First Steps to Success in Creating Dynasty, my wife and I were really lost. We were struggling in a relationship. We were struggling financially, drowning in debt. Our relationship was really broken. We were in a bad place. We were living in two completely different states and not really honoring each other. once we got plugged into the community, we noticed a shift in our lives. Most importantly, we came together as a husband and wife. That was the first thing we did. And when we finally came together under the same roof, things started to change. Over the past 3 years, we've been able to pay off over $495,000 in debt. I know in my business, I've had a job created for me that increased my income by 50%. That has actually opened up the door to allow my wife and I to spend more time with each other. So I don't know where you are. I don't know if your relationship is super awesome. I don't know if your job is immaculate. I don't know if you're debt-free. But what I do know is if you're not any one of those things, your next step is to get plugged into DaniJohnson.com, go on the website, get plugged into the community. I promise you, your life will never be the same.
And prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, I was a broke college student, drowning in debt, and I felt like the world was crashing all around me, and I had bad relationships. Since plugging into DaniJohnson.com and First Steps to Success, I was able to pay off $6,600 in 4 months. Now I'm able to give 10% of my income to wherever my heart desires. I actually, using the skills that I learned from Dani, I actually landed a job before I graduated college. And I'm able to travel the world. All I know is if you're serious about annihilating your debt, traveling the world, helping people, and having fun doing so, I highly recommend you get registered for the next First Steps to Success. Do it now, don't wait, don't even thinking about it. If you're ready to change your life, just do it.
We went to our first ever First Steps to Success just 10 weeks ago, and it has definitely been life-changing ever since.
We felt like we got hit by a 2x4, but it was the best 2x4 because what we realized is that our priorities were clearly out of line. I had been building a home-based business and had been working 80 to 100 hours, and I realized that that is not my role, and that I had actually taken my husband's, and it was that realization that something had to change, and we immediately went home and changed everything. There was no hesitation. We said, you know what, we need to be obedient to God.
And we've implemented the tools day one. We started implementing what Dani taught us, invested in ourselves, invested in our kids, got our priorities in line. We've now actually paid off just not quite $60,000 in debt and looking at a couple more investments here as head of the household.
It's been absolutely incredible. So I just encourage you, if any of this speaks to you, if you're wanting to get out of debt, if you're wanting better communication, if you're wanting to elevate to the higher level of life, get to First Steps to Success and plug into DaniJohnson.com.
What multimillionaire do you know that volunteers their time to help ordinary people like you and me? There's only one. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
You know, we live in this culture that does the bait and switch all the time, right? Even like people that go on job interviews where they were going to be able to have the chance to work from home. They show up all dressed nice and ready to hit the day, and they present themselves in a certain way, and then they got their first day working at home, and what are they in? Their fuzzy pajamas. Or in the case, for example, with Marsha. She's been married for 38 years. As she was hearing me talk earlier, she's like, ooh, I'm the fuzzy pant wearer. Then I vacuum the house, get sweaty, take a shower, so then I can join my husband for dinner. Come on, that's not the girl he married. All right, so Marsha, we're not talking about marriage. We're talking about you. And here's the deal.
Yes.
Here's the deal. For 30 days, I want you to do this. I want you to get up, and I want you to present yourself as though you care about yourself.
Okay.
Okay? And I want you to keep a log about how it makes you feel each day, right? Each day. I want you to write down, how do I feel doing this? The first day you might be like, this is a pain in the butt. I ain't going to do this. I don't care, Dani Johnson. Okay? You might end up doing that. But then do it the next day. It's just 30 days. Anyone can do something for 30 days, right? Okay.
Right.
I want you to log how you feel on the phone when you're servicing your clients. I want you to pay attention to how your desk might look as you're presenting this quality, diligent business owner, as though you literally are seeing them face to face. How much confidence would they have in your service if they see you in fuzzy pants?
Yeah, probably not too much.
Not too much. So are you deceiving them? Do they have a different... Do they have a different... So do they have a different picture in their mind of who you are?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So So would they trust your service as much if you did not care for the employee, the one and only employee that your business has?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear
Diligence.
that.
Yes, diligence breeds excellence, and excellence breeds confidence. So I promise you, in fact, I even want you to record yourself on some of your calls. And I want you to notice that when you put a skirt on, put a blouse on, yes, put some heels on, greet your husband like that. That might shock him. He'd be like, woo, girl, ho, 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 come here.
No, he'd say, where are you going?
Yeah. Oh, really? Because you only dress like that when you're going somewhere. So we're not even dressing like that for our husband.
No,
Oh.
not really.
Okay, 30 days.
No.
30 days.
Okay.
And after you assess your work life, how much more confidence and smile and joy is in your voice when you're communicating to your clients, how much better your email communication gets, how you feel as a woman holding down the fort of beauty, right? Protecting the pillar of beauty that is your job in that marriage. See the difference that happens in your husband, see the difference that happens in your house, and report it back to me in 30 days. 30 days.
Oh.
30 days.
Wow. Okay.
Give me 30 days. And I want to hear about it. I want to hear what happens in every area of your life as a direct result of just showing up and caring for the one and only employee of your business, which is you.
Okay.
All right, girlfriend.
Okay.
All right, Marcia. I love you. I love you. I love you. Carrie Anderson from Virginia. Okay, Carrie, you just heard a mouthful, but I want to know what your take is. Should you dress for success even if you don't go to a job every day?
Yeah, I think you should. I mean, I didn't start doing that at first when I first started working from home, and I was in my fuzzy pants as well. But
Here's the fuzzy. I think. Wait a second. Wait, Carrie, you're in Virginia, and Marcia's in upstate New York, and then Lorene was in Las Vegas. Is there a fuzzy pant club that I don't know about?
maybe so. Maybe it's East Coast wide or something.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But no, I did notice a difference. And like you were telling them, you know, it makes a difference in your husband. And it makes a difference in just everything. The business I have, we have a pretty big team and we're all working from home. But, you know, one of the things that we all agree on, I'm not sure where the saying came from, but it's like your vibe attracts your tribe.
It's true.
And it is. And
so how's your vibe in fuzzy pants?
Well, they sleep really good. I don't work in them anymore. Yeah, because you know the days that you do work like that, you don't accomplish as much. I don't think, and I'm more motivated when I'm dressed up because I used to work in an office and I used to have to dress up, and I don't know. I enjoy, like you said, take a little bit of time, put some little mascara on or something, wake up your eyes, get dressed, and you feel more confident. And my business success has been better since I've started doing that more often.
No way.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, so what made you change this all of a sudden out of the blue?
Well, I think, our teams do a lot of these video chat team calls where you can see everybody. And I was so embarrassed because I was like, I don't want to be sitting here in my pajamas. Everybody else has got a decent shirt on, you know. And I think it was kind of conforming to the crowd, but at the same time, you know, it brought up my confidence level, and it's definitely made a difference in my husband coming home, and he actually thinks I've done some work today, you know. So, you know, he comes home and, oh, you're still in your pajamas. No, I'm actually not today.
Yeah, that's really, really good. Well, Carrie, thank you for sharing that because you actually did the same exact test that I told Marcia to do. And so you're living proof that, wow, I was trying to build a business for my fuzzy pants and it didn't translate very well. Because it's true, I love that. You attract your tribe by the vibe that you're putting out there, and there's no question. And so I know for me, if I'm in my sweats, I'm probably letting bodily things happen. You know what I mean? I've got my legs all scrunched up. I'm hunched over. Trying to make a sales call or make any business decisions from that lazy place is not helpful and conducive to you or anybody else that works with you. So I'm really, really proud of you. That's an awesome job. God bless you. Thanks so much. We got Megan. Megan from Indiana. What about you? What are your thoughts on dressing for success? Is this just a bunch of nonsense? Was this just some slogan from the 80s? I mean, is it really real or is it a bunch of baloney?
It's not a bunch of baloney. I was the girl that had a messy bun and yoga pants, not fuzzy pants. when I showed up to my first steps event about a year and a half ago. And you told me that if I wasn't caring for myself, that my marriage wasn't a priority. And that hit hard. That hit really hard.
Tell me why.
Because I wasn't caring for myself. I never put makeup on. I always wore scrubs at my job. And then on the days that I didn't wear scrubs, I had a T-shirt and yoga pants on. Mostly because I felt uncomfortable in my own skin. And I didn't feel like girls my size could look cute. So why
Nonsense.
I try?
Nonsense.
That was a horrible lie.
Yes. It is such a lie.
So I just went shopping and I got new clothes. Even though it wasn't on debt, I knew that I needed to do that. And so I put makeup on every day and I get dressed every day. And now my kids are no longer like, Mommy, are we going to church today? No. No, honey, we're not going to church today. Mama just got dressed today.
Isn't it amazing what the kids pick up?
Yeah, because then it's been a year and a half, and I was just getting done from being sick yesterday. So this morning I woke up, and I was still in my jammies when they got up. I wasn't dressed and ready. And my daughter, she's 4, she's like, Mom, why are you still in your jammies? And I was like, Score. I've totally, transformed that mindset in her mind.
Yes.
She doesn't even remember Mommy not getting dressed and ready because now she's like, whoa, dude, you're not supposed to be in your jammies when I wake up. You're supposed to be ready to serve me breakfast and love on me.
Yes.
When I get up.
Yes. I love it. Okay, so you had something convicting happen to you. You had a pivotal experience at First Steps to Success. And so you were the yoga pants T-shirt girl, and you realized, man, I'm not caring for my marriage if I'm not caring for myself. I want to talk about that for just about 30 seconds, because I said this earlier in the show, that our job is to hold up the pillar of beauty, and we each individually have our own beauty. And who our husbands married was that woman. And we live in this culture of bait and switch and manipulate. And it's wrong. So if we're going to be the lazy, fuzzy pant, yoga pant, T-shirt, hair in a messy bun girl, then, okay, well, then we're going to get what we're going to get in a guy. And then, we still say the same afterwards. All right, that's fine. If that's what makes both of y'all feel good, knock yourself out. But there's something really amazing that happens inside of a woman's heart when she's stepping into her rightful position and her rightful role. Her rightful role as a beautiful being. And when you step into that, you talk different. You have different kind of confidence that comes out of your eyes. You're more sure of yourself. You just feel better. So this isn't about vanity. No, vanity is taking 3 hours to get ready and not letting anyone ever see you with no makeup on. That's straight up vanity, or that your identity is locked up in your beauty. No, your identity is not locked up in it. You are beautiful. You are the beauty of the Lord. You are the beauty of the Lord. That's what we bring on this earth. And so we got to bring it in our own unique way. And when we do that, when we're investing in that, and I'm not talking about thousands of dollars, I'm just saying invest in it, time, then it shows and it shines. This is Dani Johnson. We'll be with more right after this.
Is that really what you're wearing to work today? Oh, honey, you need help. You need what Dani's going to say next on The Dani Johnson Show.
This is your chance. This is your shot. Get your copy of War on Debt right now. There's one waiting for you that has your family's name on it. And inside that package is freedom. Your family's freedom is on the inside of that package. All you have to do is open it up, press play, and start applying what I teach you in this program. 888-757-8880. You and I are going to help your family become completely debt-free in the next 5 to 7 years. Just imagine how that's going to feel.
Did you know you can see Dani Johnson live and in person? Go to DaniJohnson.com and find out about our next live event. First Steps to Success. Register today. Call 866-760-8255 or go to DaniJohnson.com/FSTS.
So 4 years ago in July, we showed up to our first Dani Johnson event, our first Steps to Success. And we were completely desperate in every area of our life. At the time, I thought it was just because of our finances, but then I figured out pretty quickly that it was because of my lack of people skills that we were where we were. We sat in the front row. We got fast track, and we sat in the front row right in the center next to some amazing people because we were so hungry, so desperate, so broken, and I pretty much cried through the entire event, honestly. And when she did the War on Debt, which she will show you, this afternoon, I went back immediately and got it. She had just started talking. I heard a couple stories, and I was like, if they can do it, I know we can do it. So we went back and got it and listened to it on the way home in the car, because we drove from Michigan all the way to Missouri. So we listened to it in the car, and when we got home, we immediately got our papers out. We wrote down our plan, and we started applying it. And within 14 months, we paid off over $62,000 worth of debt. We never in a million years thought that was possible. There's so much that has happened in the last 4 years, and I'm the person that wants the results immediately. I don't like the process of getting there. I want to just get there. But I've learned to appreciate the process over the last 4 years and just seeing the transformation that has happened in us. Personally, we individually experience different things, and we experience a lot of things together. I was paying our bills. I was completely disrespectful to my husband and didn't really know how bad it actually was. And so that part of our life is still improving. I can say we're a work in progress. It takes time, and we have grown so much.
We showed up. My wife, I didn't know this at the time, but she was battling thoughts of suicide. I had no idea. I thought I was being a perfectly good husband. I did my best to serve her, be a great guy. But what she needed was somebody who would step up and be a leader in our marriage. That's not who I was. And I was totally emasculated, physically emasculated by, there's someone in our church, the pastor. And so we felt the brokenness of a church, having to leave and just hurt, and devastated. One of the biggest breakthroughs started in our marriage is when Lucy started being a wife to me. And I, as a leader, I should step up, right? Take action first, be the initiator. She did it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a completely different person. And I can tell you, our marriage has just, it's amazing, the difference between her feeling suicidal, me stepping down as a leader, to me taking the initiative and just looking her in the eyes and saying, honey, thank you for allowing me to be your leader. And she just melts every time. This is awesome. So. So let me just tell you this, guys. If you're struggling, or you're broke, you're wondering what your next step is, hey, just take action. Follow those notes that you just took. Take action and do it, because your story is going to be here, and people are going to be inspired by your story. So are y'all ready to take notes? All right, let's do this. Help me welcome Miss Dani Johnson, America's favorite millionaire, to the stage.
The way you look at things is about to change. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
Dani, it really doesn't matter how I dress. Don't tell me how I should be dressing. You're so old-fashioned. Yeah, call me old-fashioned if you like. But here's what I do know. What I'm seeing out there is not confidence. What I'm seeing out there at Walmart especially is not self-worth. It is someone who is wearing their lack of confidence and their lack of self-esteem and their lack of self-worth on the outside of their body. A woman who is designed beautiful, no matter what her size is. She who is designed beautiful. Whew. When she doesn't hold up that position, when she's not making an effort in that position, she's lost. She has less confidence. She doesn't feel sure of herself. and she finds herself in confusion. So, and sometimes divorced, and sometimes an extra 200 pounds overweight, and sometimes fired. Megan, you were just sharing that prior to First Step Success, you did not take care of yourself that way. So now that you are, what has changed? In a year and a half now, you've changed the mindset of your kids. Your kids now expect it to see mommy dressed and ready to hit the day. But what has happened between you and your husband, and what has happened between you and you?
Between me and my husband, we go on like a no-kids date once a month now, and we go on an at-home date after the kids have gone to bed once a week now. So we set time for ourselves within our marriage. And I would have told you before that I don't have time for that, Dani. I'm in grad school and I'm working and I have a business and I have kids and a home, and I don't have time for that. But now I do have time for that.
And so what is that? What's the result of that?
The result of that is more intimacy within a marriage, more connection within a marriage. I feel better about myself, which makes me feel better when my husband is introducing me to someone new that is his. I feel like I can be that trophy wife that I really want to be, even if I'm still working towards the goal of my fitness and my health and wellness.
Yes.
I can stand in that now.
Yes.
Stronger than what I could a year and a half ago.
Yes. Yes. I have tears in my eyes.
But it's for him, but really it's for me.
Yes.
To say that I'm walking in the destiny that God said you get to be his bride. And that's not just on my wedding day, but that's every single day. He gets to wake up to his bride.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That's what I get to be a bride every day. Isn't that glorious?
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes. We talk about that at Hot Marriage Secrets. We did our first marriage conference last September, about 6 months ago or so. And man, I when that flew out of my mouth about the same concept of man, you're a bride every day. We put so much effort into that one day and then we lose it after that. And so I love that you believe that same concept, that I'm his bride every day and I need to do that. So the relationship with you and you have changed, that you're more confident and that you feel like you're the trophy wife, even though you're on the journey. And I love what you said, because what you said is truth. And that is, you're treating yourself as though you are already fit. You're treating yourself as though you are already healthy. You're treating yourself as though you are already the trophy wife. That's what you're treating yourself as already are, versus knocking yourself down. I can't dress right because I'm overweight, or because of this, because of that, and I don't have time for this, that, or whatever. No, you're stepping in your destiny right now, and the destiny of all women, even if we have no teeth, even if we have fuzzy hair, even if we're bald, is beauty. That's our role. That's part of our role here on planet Earth. Okay, we're going over to, speaking of beauty, Esther. Esther McDaniel from Arkansas. Welcome to the Dani Johnson Show. We're talking about dressing for success. Is it a bunch of baloney or is it real? Check this out, Esther. One of our teammates, Trisha, found this statement by NPR, and it says, not only are people changing their judgments of you, but it's also allowing you to be more effective. And this is on the effects of dressing up for work. What do you think about that?
Dani, I think that is so true. I personally dress up at home for work, and when I do, I am definitely more productive and focused. And when I don't, I feel like I'm on a day off and I'm more likely to go do housework rather than doing my work for myself.
Yep. It's so true. It's a uniform, right? So you put a uniform on and you go do a job. And a uniform for cleaning the house is sweats and a T-shirt or it's your workout clothes. So have you always done it this way?
Initially, I thought, I should just try to just relax like other people do. And I found that did not work for me, so I changed it real quickly.
Okay, so tell me how it didn't work for you. Isn't it interesting what you said? Well, all the other women are wearing yoga pants and a T-shirt with a messy bun. Everybody else is going to the grocery store looking like a hag, okay? Everybody else is not, taking care of themselves. So, it's all right for me to be that way too. Maybe that's the way I'm supposed to be. Whew, man, that's like straight up peer pressure to be what? Lazy, dumpy, saggy, greasy. So you said you tried it for a while. How long did you try it for?
Probably about a week. That was as long as I could take it.
Really? And so what did you notice about yourself being dumpy, saggy, haggy, and oily?
I just didn't do my work. It was a lazy day at home. It was like it was my day off, and I'm not productive when I have that mindset. So I go and I put on my business clothes, and I don't always wear heels, as long as they are professional and comfortable, so that I know I'm dressed for business. My mindset is for business.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if I'm working at home or somewhere else.
Yep.
If I go into the office on jean day wearing jeans, it doesn't work as well as when I go in wearing my business attire.
Yep. I notice a difference in people's countenance based on how they dress for work, whether they're working at home or working outside of the home. But there's something about excellence that happens, isn't there?
Yes, most definitely.
Yep.
And my confidence level goes way up. I just feel a better person. I'm more put together on the inside when the outside of me radiates.
I totally agree with that. You had said something about that this is my day off, right? So when you spent that week not dressing for success, not putting yourself together to be a businesswoman who's working from home, that it felt like your day off. So then I would imagine, I want to ask you this question. Did you find that, when emails were coming in, you were perturbed? Like, why are you bothering me? Why are you talking to me? Because you wanted to be resting?
I ignored them. I went about my day as if I was off from work.
That's what I'm saying. So look at this. People get up, they put their fuzzy pants on, or they keep the fuzzy pants on that they slept in, and they go and hit their email, and they don't understand that because they're in their pajamas, which is a restful state, right? A relaxation state. It's not, I have no responsibility right now state. Then they're going to try to make business decisions. They're going to try to answer email. They're going to try to communicate with business associates or prospects and try to close deals when they're not serious about their business themselves. They're not serious about the work that they're doing. That's ridiculousness to think that you can get a professional result when you are not willing to step into that role. Now, some people can do that in their underwear, but most can't. This is Dani Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
Don't go away. The next segment might just change your life. This is the Dani Johnson Show.
The whole story of how I went from homeless to millions is right here in this book, First Steps to Wealth. I'd love to give you a free copy of this book. Just dial 888-757-8880. You can get your free copy of this book. It's like a real book, my friend. You can get an ebook copy for free right now, or if you'd like to pay the shipping to get this $15 book to your house, I'd be happy to send it to you. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of First Steps to Wealth today and begin on a brand new path of some great success. Imagine living in a decrepit, unsafe hovel made of waste material on top of old mining tunnels that could explode and sink your home at any moment. Imagine no water to drink, no safe place to raise your children, no food for your starving baby. Imagine that your kids can't learn to read because they have to work to support the family instead of going to school. Could you imagine living in that kind of fear and hopelessness? This is exactly what poverty-stricken families are dealing with in Nicaragua. These families can barely meet their basic needs of food, clean water, and safe housing. But a miracle is in the making, and you can be a part of transforming Nicaragua. Be a part of this miracle. I want you to go to the website now and learn how you can help. Go to kingsransom.org and click on Nicaragua. There you can join with other warriors against poverty and help bring a miraculous transformation. That's kingsransom.org, kingsransom.org.
More resources, more training, more results. The DaniJohnson.com Insider membership is your ultimate success shortcut. Get exclusive access to reports, videos, audios, ebooks, cheat sheets, and other training for your personal and professional life. This is truly DaniJohnson.com's best kept secret. Become an Insider member today and get on the fast track to success.
I just heard this amazing story. One of our clients had written us telling us that they had used job domination and unlimited success and has absolutely exploded their career. He said, Dani, I don't know where I'd be today without job domination and unlimited success. Listen, do you want more recognition from your coworkers? Do you want to be recommended to people all over the world? Do you want to be somebody that is highly sought after? Listen, if you're in a dead-end place where this gentleman found himself, but then learned new strategies and changed everything in his work life, and obviously this has resulted in higher bonuses and pay raises, you're next. 888-757-8880. Get your copy of Job Domination right now. 888-757-8880. Again, 888-757-8880. Job domination. That's what you need. It's time for you to dominate the job market and break through the rut that you're in.
Helping you become all you were meant to be. And now, back to the Dani Johnson Show.
The fact is that how you dress affects how you communicate with others. I ran into a coworker, I think it was on a Sunday. I ran into a beautiful coworker, by the way, who, it was her day off, and her husband were at the grocery store grabbing some, whatever the household needs were. And when I saw her, I'm like, hi, she's like, oh, like she immediately hid herself. And I said, you are so beautiful, even with no makeup on. But she just obviously got out of the shower. I don't know if she was sick or whatever, but it wasn't her normal self. And she was mortified that she kept going like this. She started giving a bunch of excuses. And so you don't ever want to find yourself in that kind of a place. So look, if you're dressing for success and if you work from home, dress for success. Because even when you head to the grocery store and you're looking good, you're going to more confidently even perhaps prospect at the grocery store. You may even make some new contacts even for your husband's business or his job. How you dress really determines whether or not you're going to speak encouragement even into other people's lives. Come on, friend. It affects everything. It really does. Because how you dress is a reflection of how you're feeling on the inside. And if you're not feeling good on the inside, well, then tell yourself how you're going to feel by what you're going to put on your body. Don't let your feelings determine what you wear. I want you to tell your feelings how they're going to feel by what you choose to wear. You're in charge of your feelings. You're in charge of your success. You are in charge of you, friend, 100%. You can no longer allow the outside circumstances to determine how you feel about you. No, you tell the outside circumstances who you are, and most importantly, who your father is. This is who I am, and this is what I'm here to do, and this is how we're going to do it. So, friend, dress for success. I know it sounds like an old, cliche, stupid little saying that was built up maybe in the 80s, maybe it was in the 50s. I don't know when they first came up with it, but here's what I do know. It works. It gets results just based on what you just heard today, just from the callers. They're from the audience of this show who lived both ways, and even the women who were in their fuzzy pants when they were talking to me. And they're like, oh, gosh, yeah. Listen, you have no excuse to have no confidence. None. You can build it up. You can build it up. And that goes for you men, too. Shave. Get rid of the whiskers. Get rid of those long hairs out of your ears and the ones climbing out of the top of your nose. And don't forget those long eyebrows. Get rid of them, too. Come on. Suit up. Be ready to attack the world for those 8 hours a day or however many hours it is that you work. Give it your best shot. Go at it with everything you got. And make sure you put your uniform on. And if that is, if you're in business and that's a business suit or it's business attire, put it on. Put it on and wear it well and show your best to your kids, to your spouse, to your family every day. You got nothing to lose. Do at least a test of it, right? You can at least do a test. Well, listen, if you enjoyed today's program, please share it. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And by the way, we have a podcast. Have you found it? Dani Johnson Podcast. This show is here every day, 5 days a week on cable television and 7 days a week on terrestrial radio. You can get a hold of us 24/7 on the website, DaniJohnson.com. Hope to see you soon. God bless you and have a great rest of the day.
If this episode was an encouragement to you, go to DaniJohnson.com and share it with your friends now. You never know who else needs to hear it. This has been the Dani Johnson Show. Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for more insights that will help you get to the life you've always wanted.